It's just amazing how many people in the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Between Diddy and Epstein, there's probably several thousand hours of footage here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when Elon Musk hinted that Diddy's relationships weren't as clean as they looked and everyone brushed it off? Now, a leaked list is circulating and the names on it have the industry real quiet. And in the first name on that list, Kim Porter. Not just someone in Diddy's circle, but the woman closest to him for years. And her connection to all this might be deeper than anyone realized. Kim was his longtime partner, the mother of his kids, someone who had full access. She saw everything, the business empire, the parties, the escorts, the patterns. And that's exactly why the streets never fully accepted the official story about her passing. Pneumonia is what they told us. Official story, clean, simple, case closed. But folks who've been paying attention know it never sat right. Word on the street, Kim was healthy, active, and still moving like someone with a future planned out. And then suddenly, she's gone. No long illness, slow decline, just gone. Insiders like Jaguar Wright have been loud about this for years, saying Kim allegedly knew too much, that she was working on a book and even ready to talk. Not gossip, but truth.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said it was ruled a homicide and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
And if your ear's been down to the hood, you'd know Jaguar never backed down, even daring industry titans like Diddy to sue her if she was lying.
Jaguar?
Sue me. Stop coming after outlets. Stop coming after reporters. Stop coming after platforms. You got my number. Call me. Please sue me. I want to go to court. And when it's time for discovery, I guess we can all find out what I really know.
That level of confidence made a lot of folks stop laughing and start listening, because if Kim really was preparing to expose what she saw behind closed doors, that would have made her dangerous to a lot of powerful people. Not just Diddy, but the whole ecosystem around him. Now another name circling the block, Jennifer Lopez, Diddy's ex-girlfriend. And this one, history is already on record. People forget how deep J-Lo was tied into Diddy's most infamous moment. That 1999 nightclub shooting wasn't just chaos, it was a turning point. A woman got shot, an innocent man, Shine, took the fall and went to prison. And Jennifer, she didn't go down with him. She walked away clean. The woman who got shot later said she saw Diddy pull the trigger, not Shine.
You have said since really right after the that it was P. Diddy who you.
I was standing by the front door. I watched the entire thing out. I had no reason to believe that it would escalate to a It was just male machismo and bravado at first.
When I was a 18-year-old kid, just wanting to do nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave.
And rumors been circling for years that Jennifer allegedly handed the weapon back to Diddy in the aftermath. She even testified during that whole ordeal. That's not distant association, but being in the middle of the storm.
J-Lo testified at the grand jury, as did many other people. It needs to be reopened, because if that is in fact the case, she carried the gun in and she lied to the grand jury.
Fast forward to now, with everything else coming out about Diddy's lifestyle, folks are asking uncomfortable questions. How much did Jennifer really see back then? Those parties, wild energy, and high level of recklessness. And if she knew, why did she never warn anyone? Even Elon Musk took a public jab, basically saying she dated Diddy, but never said a word when it mattered. That comment alone reopen wounds people thought were buried.
It's just amazing how many people in the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Then there's Cassie. And Cassie's story is where speculation starts turning into documented claims. She didn't just talk, she filed suit. Cassie laid it all out in court during the Diddy, alleging years of control, coercion, and being forced into situations she didn't want to be in. She described a system, not just a relationship, a structure where power, fear, and silence kept everything running.
Katrina, good morning to you. I understand you were inside the courtroom during Ventura's testimony. The transcripts are just horrific. How did she hold up?
Errol, she broke down on the stand yesterday as she was testifying, and that was one of the most striking moments of the day, when she was moved to tears as she was giving, as you said, this very graphic and pornographic testimony. The moment when she broke down was as she was talking about how angry he would get with her sometimes, but also when she was asked about whether or not she enjoyed these, they were called freak-offs, the sexual encounters that she engaged in with him.
And remember the leaked messages, like the one she told Diddy that the freak-off made her feel dirty and grimy.
And she said that after that first freak-off, she said she felt dirty. She didn't want to do it.
Several male escorts later came forward and backed parts of her story.
Like it's a strange dynamic to have Cassie be as visually like stunning and is, and then you know, a part of you is like, I really want to go in and do this, but then the other part of you is like, this mother in the corner over here dictating how to do this and how to do that is like really like pulling me in the opposite direction. So you take that and then you add another guy to the mix, and it just gets real strange, man, especially once he becomes like active and you fall off and you just sitting there watching like, yo, I like it's just weird, bro. I don't know how else to explain that, man. It is weird.
I mentioned that he was a voyeur during this encounters. You were involved with Cassie Ventura directly in those rooms, as you've testified. Were you ever involved with Sean Diddy Combs? Did you two ever have an interaction in those encounters?
No, actually, not one conversation, not even eye contact.
Really?
Yeah.
Did that surprise you?
Well, it was told to me immediately, like on the first encounter, that I was instructed to not look at him, not acknowledge him, not have any interactions with.
By Cassie?
Yeah, by Cassie. So those were the instructions.
That alone shook people, because it wasn't just Cassie saying it anymore. It was outsiders confirming patterns. But here's where the street conversation gets complicated. Some folks believe Cassie knows more than she's ever said publicly, that she was inside long enough to see how the machine worked. And while she eventually spoke up, there are whispers that she may have also helped facilitate certain things early on, out of survival, fear, or conditioning. Let's keep it a buck. Diddy did settle Cassie's lawsuit with $20 million, allegedly. Yeah, that doesn't erase what she went through, but it does raise questions about how deep the system really ran. Next up, the name spinning through the mix, Young Miami, Diddy's ex. If loyalty had a face in this whole saga, it might be hers. While lawsuits piled up, videos leaked, and public opinion flipped overnight, Young Miami stood 10 toes down for Diddy. She didn't go quiet or distance herself, but doubled down. She even wrote a letter to the judge ahead of Diddy sentencing, calling Diddy a good man, loving, supportive, changed, and even taking therapy to manage his anger.
So she talks about in those years how they were in a public relationship. And she says she came to know a completely different person. She says that Diddy motivated her. He believed in her. He helped her grow both professionally and personally. And she says that she's writing this letter because she believes it's important to the court to know the side of Diddy that isn't always seen or spoke about.
But the internet wasn't buying it. Folks started saying it looked less like love and more like dependence. We're talking private jets, vacations, designer bags, a lifestyle that doesn't come cheap. And people pointed out something else that raised eyebrows. She was allegedly present at some of those infamous parties Cassie described. Same white nail polish, same inner circle. That's when whispers turned darker, that she ought to go down with him. Because when a ship is sinking, anyone still defending the captain gets dragged under too. Now another name circling the block, Paris Hilton. While she didn't exactly have a romantic relationship, they did share a strong bond. A lot of folks want to pretend Paris was just partying and leaving, just popping in for vibes, but receipts say otherwise. Word is she was front and center at Diddy's white parties, birthday bashes, private events, and even praised them publicly. Remember that 2017 post calling his party unforgettable and saying he had a heart of gold, which definitely didn't age well at all.
The best party I've ever been to was at blank's house.
Puffy's 50th birthday. It was so sick.
Yeah?
Epic.
All right, next one.
Now that insiders are describing what really went on at those events, folks are asking, did Paris just dance and dip, or did she see things that should have been questioned? Because silence from someone that visible isn't neutral, it protects something. Then there's Ellen DeGeneres, and this one got people real uneasy. Once the Diddy scandal started heating up, Ellen vanished, packed up, left the country, moved to England. Public reason? Politics, stress, and wanting peace. But the streets say panic. Ellen and Diddy weren't casual friends. He was a regular on her show. They joked openly about his parties. She even used strange nicknames for him, like Cuddle McSnuggle stuff, on air that feel uncomfortable in hindsight.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up to
No,
any.
well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then no, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times. Have you been to his parties?
Now add in rumors about hidden tapes, powerful names, old files reopening, and Ellen choosing to disappear before things really exploded. People started connecting dots, especially after the death of Twitch. Officially ruled a suicide, but conspiracy talk exploded. Some claim he may have seen something he wasn't supposed to. No proof yet, but patterns people can't ignore. And if names start getting called, folks believe Ellen dipped early to avoid being in the blast radius. Now another name circling the block, Naomi Campbell. And every time Diddy's name pops up next to Epstein talk, Naomi's name somehow floats right back into the mix. Folks been whispering about this for years, but now the volume turned all the way up. Naomi wasn't just a guest. According to street narratives, she allegedly played a role in connecting people, opening doors and smoothing access, modeling opportunities, private trips, and exclusive invites. All the things that sound glamorous on paper, but get real ugly behind closed doors. Folks online been saying she gives off madam vibes. Always has. I think she does it for favors, connections, money, and to keep working. Her career has never stalled even throughout scandals because of who she has in her back pocket. And it gets darker when she's openly admitted to working with Epstein, but claims she didn't know what he was really into.
If a story like this doesn't take into account the person being interviewed, does it then become fake news?
Well, it's pretty one-sided, and I don't want to get into that phrase, but I feel if you don't give the person the chance to speak for themselves and respond, I mean, this is a pretty established newspaper. You should give the person the right to respond to what your allegations are.
That explanation didn't land well with folks, especially considering how deep her ties allegedly ran with Diddy too. Private islands, jets, same circles, and elites. And when Diddy's scandals hit, Naomi quietly wiped them from her socials. Her PhD celebration bash, association with Diddy, just gone. And when someone moves like that, people start asking why. Next up, the name spinning through the mix, Janice Combs. Yeah, Diddy's own mother. Now this is uncomfortable territory, but the street's been talking. Janice has stood by her son publicly, showing up in court, front row, loyal to the end. That's the image. But behind that image, there's a darker narrative floating around. Some folks claim Janice didn't just raise Diddy, she grew for power, taught him charm, control, how to move people, and manipulate rooms. And those old clips don't help. Lip kissing, matching nail polish, the IV drip video, all of it reads strange in hindsight. People say it blurred boundaries in ways that never sat right.
Let me introduce you to my mom, called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'll be with you.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you too.
There are even whispers, alleged whispers, that Janice wasn't just aware of the freak-off culture, but present in the orbit, not as a participant, but as someone who understood the machine and protected it. So the question becomes, was she just a mother defending her son, or was she part of the system that helped him become untouchable for so long? Now another name popping up is Gina Huang. And Gina is different because Gina actually spoke, then went quiet. She wasn't a random fling, she was inside, dated Diddy, and moved how he moved in the same rooms Cassie was in. And here's the part folks can't ignore. Gina said Cassie warned her, told her Diddy was dangerous, controlling, not someone to play with. Gina came out saying Diddy allegedly put hands on her, monitored her phone, controlled her movements, and punished her for trying to leave.
Let's talk about the physical. If you're okay. Are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So obviously you terminated baby one because you loved him. How long after you guys started dating is when did the physical start?
The first time it ever happened, which was not even like that long into the relationship, because I met him in February, and then it was probably like the beginning of May, because we were at Meek's Mill's birthday.
Okay.
And then suddenly, Gina stopped talking. No more interviews or posts, just silence. Street whispers say the pressure got heavy. NDAs, legal threats, industry freeze-outs. And that's when people started believing Gina didn't lie. She just got scared, because backing away from that world doesn't come free. Next up, Misa Hilton. This is the blueprint era, yachts, islands, empire, and there was Misa. She wasn't just Diddy's partner, she was foundational. Mother of his son Justin, architect of the bad boy image, in the room when everything was still being built. And that's why folks believe Misa saw the earliest version of the playbook, how power was structured, how loyalty was enforced, how charm turned into leverage. Notice this, when Cassie sued Diddy, Misa didn't defend him. She supported Cassie, quietly, respectfully, without dragging names. In street language, that kind of silence is loud. People believe Misa got out early, before things escalated, before the freak-offs allegedly turned into systems. Now here's where things turn legal. Another name circling the block, Adria English. Because Adria didn't just talk, she filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy of essay, coercion, and abuse tied to yacht parties and elite events. According to her claims, women were allegedly recruited, pressured, drugged, and moved through powerful spaces like inventory.
You know, we all have stories. Seriously, we all have stories. Mine is horrific, and only 5 people know it. And I probably will never tell it. Why didn't you say something then? Because we just want to live. We want to be happy. And we really want to forget the trauma.
That lines up disturbingly well with Cassie's allegations. Same power dynamics, control structures, and silence enforced through fear and money. And Adria said this wasn't chaos, it was organized, which brings up the core question. If all these women were close, if they were inside, saw different parts of the same machine, who knew what and who stayed quiet to survive? Because the streets don't believe this was a one-man operation. They believe it was a system built over decades with partners protected by silence and held together by power. And now that the walls are cracking, alleged new tapes floating around, folks aren't just watching Diddy anymore, but everyone who stood close enough to know better. So what do you think? Were these women victims, accomplices, or survivors doing whatever it took to stay alive in a dangerous industry? And if more names start getting called, who do you think the spotlight hits next? Drop your thoughts in the comments and click on this next video. It's just as crazy.